Good evening, folks. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's great to see you. It really is. I hope you're doing well. Round of 16 for us over in Wimbledon. 4 of the best for us to go through. Today, as always, we will go through each and every one of them. Anything I'm going for personally will be in that pinned comment. Make sure you're getting your predictions into as we go along. Like the video if you would. Subscribe if you're new. Support the channel if you want. Let's get it on, shall we not? First things first, how did we find day 6? I'll go first. I had Majchrzak and Ben Shelton on a double. Hilarious performance. Absolutely hilarious from Majchrzak. You didn't even have time to feel disappointed about that. It was just over so quickly. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Lost his serve the first game of every set. Kind of set the tone for how that match was going to go. Great stuff from Kaboli. But I will say, far from impressive from Majchrzak. There's not too much you can do about that. You certainly can't try to justify it yourself. But I was happy with Ben Shelton. Could have been better. I'd say it's not over for me yet. I will say that. We do have Taylor Fritz playing today. And you may or may not know, but I've still got Taylor Fritz on a nice little outright there to get to the quarterfinals, providing he can get past Jordan Thompson today. All of the struggles from the early round will be rendered obsolete. So fingers crossed for that. But let me know. Did you win? Did you lose? Did you just come close? And we'll waste no more time with it. I do apologise for the late upload. You know, I do nights, don't I? Sometimes it just catches up to me. I have to have a bit of a rest. But it shouldn't take too much time. So let's get right into it. First off for us, our Khachanov, Majchrzak. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to this. This could probably be one of, if not the most competitive game out of the day. These have actually played each other 3 times before. All of them going the way of Khachanov. And I tell you what, they've all been really close games. Very close games. They haven't played each other since 2022. That was on the grass in Den Bosch, 2-1 to Khachanov. There's been a tiebreaker in every game. 7-5, 7-5, tiebreakers. They tend to be close matches between these two anyway. Well, history would tell us that it would be close anyway. I'm seeing Khachanov around 1.35. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, just based off what we know, rankings alone, caliber, experience, you would have to side with Khachanov. That's usually been the case more often than not throughout Wimbledon. I've been far from convinced with him though. We said, didn't we, Nuno Borges could spring an upset. I thought he was done against Nuno Borges. Managed to come back, win that one just about. Scraped it by the skin of his teeth, tiebreaker in the end. And it was the same against Majchrzak. Which, you'd have thought he'd have had a well better go against Majchrzak than Nuno Borges, but he struggled all the same. That took 5 sets too. Same applies to this. You'd look at it and you'd say, based on what we know, he should probably beat Majchrzak, but I'm not too sure. Statistically, Majchrzak's been playing just as good, if not operating at a slightly higher level throughout the week than Khachanov. And he's played some decent names himself. The game against Berrettini, you weren't too sure. Excuse me. You weren't too sure how much weight that win held. 5 sets against Berrettini on the grass, nevertheless, is always very, very solid indeed. And then it was 10 times easier against Ethan Quinn, straight sets. And then even Artur Rinderknech in the 3rd round. Straight sets against him. And we all know how potent he's been over on the grass so far. 3.3 for Majchrzak. I mean, what is going on? Look, if he turns up today and gets absolutely blasted by Khachanov, I'll just hold my hands up and say, oh, fair enough. Maybe this is the levels, but they've always been close. I don't think I've ever seen Majchrzak play this good. I may have done, but I could be wrong. If I have done before, and I just can't remember. He's playing so good. super efficient. He's operating very, very well. Karen Khachanov at that price. Can we see it getting any easier for him? Straight sets against Mackenzie McDonald to start off. Barely got past Majchrzak. And if he barely got past Majchrzak, like I say, the Nuno Boys game was as close as it could probably get. Over? Anyone taking an over? Oh, I don't know. I thought that the Majchrzak and Caboli game today would have at least went over. No. Not only did he lose, the over 3.5 didn't come in. The over on the games didn't come in. Extremely underwhelming, considering I thought that was going to be the marquee match of the day. Same with this. I'd be looking at Majchrzak for a set, see what the price is for that. Might just even take him as a dog. You know what, fuck it. While I've got Taylor Fritz outright on the go, I may or may not. If it's pinned, it's pinned. If it's not, it's not. 3.2 for Majchrzak today. I would much rather have a small sprinkle on that instead of just taking Khachanov at 1.3. Seems a bit of a price to pay for him to turn up and ruin your day. Excuse me. I wouldn't mind it. Over 3.5. Majchrzak, moneyline Majchrzak on the points. I've got 4.5 games for the poll in this one. I might take it. I just might take it indeed. But we'll waste no more time with that one. I barely speak. And who's up next? The one I'm waiting for. It all comes down to this today. The outright comes into play for one last time in Wimbledon. We've got Taylor Fritz. Jordan Thompson. Should be interesting. Very interesting indeed. Heads ahead is 2-1 to Taylor Fritz. Jordan Thompson did beat him last time he played, and that was in Queens last year. Straight sets on the grass. I know. That's the last thing you need to see coming into a spot like this. But I'm not really worried for Taylor Fritz. In fact, I'm not worried at all. 1.15. Now, my cash out for this outright is basically already at the max. It's close enough anyway. I'm not taking it. I'm going to let it ride, obviously, but with one game left to play and looking at him clocking in around 1.15, I'm feeling kind of hopeful for this. I'm feeling kind of hopeful. I don't want to say too much, but I'm kind of expecting Taylor Fritz to see this one through for me. I mean, the form this guy is in on the grass, unreal, unbelievable. And he's probably had one of the tougher draws out of the field. He really has. It's been anything but easy for Taylor Fritz. Gio and Pecci Pericard, Gabe Diallo, both from 5 sets. You know, just looking at the... fucking God. Oh, it's killing me, this. I don't know what's going on. If you're looking at the results between Gio and Diallo, you'd be like, you know, it's been close. I don't know if I've been convinced or not by Taylor Fritz, but he's been solid. He's been so solid. And then the game against Davidovich for Kina, we just knew it, didn't we? We just knew it. He'd done the exact same as pretty much what he'd done to him in Eastbourne. Not many people are coming close to the game of Taylor Fritz on the grass, and it's great to see. It really is. It's great to see. Jordan Thompson, he's kind of looked better. This guy's kind of improved as the tournament's got on. Barely got past Vic Capriva. He had to dig deep to pull that one back. Benjamin Bonzi, I could have swore Bonzi had done him. Like I said, 1.04 for Benjamin Bonzi in that 4th set with 2 break points. Good shit from Thompson. If that was me, I would have swore that I was going home there. But no way, this is why you believe. Fair play to him. And then even easier against Jarry in the 3rd round, but we kind of expected it may go that way. Now, you probably don't need me to tell you. I think on the day, providing he's fully fit and good to go, as we've seen last year, Jordan Thompson is more than capable of beating Taylor Fritz on the grass on the day. But it's going to take something extra to take out this version of Taylor Fritz. It really is. It really is. I mean, I haven't even checked who he'll be playing next or who these get paired up with next in the draw, but I wouldn't be surprised if he makes the semis. Not at all. He's been too good, man. He's been too good. I mean, 1.15, that's a hell of a price to pay. 11-1 on the grass, 4-2 for Thompson. Taylor Fritz has went 28-11 this year. Yeah, flying. Absolutely flying. This is exactly what we like to see from the American number one. Fantastic stuff. Look, I wouldn't be opposed to Jordan Thompson keeping it close. I imagine you'll get a really, really big spread. So I wish you the best of luck, however way you want to play it. Obviously, as I mentioned, I don't need to touch this one. If I get Taylor Fritz to win this today, I actually get a 3.5 payout as opposed to the 1.15. And that's much, much better than that. I'm just going to sit on that one. Fingers crossed. Come on, Taylor. Please, you need to get this done for me. Need to get this done. Like I said at the start, the struggles through the early rounds won't really mean much, if anything at all, if he manages to pull this one off. So I'll definitely be rooting for him to get that one done. And who have we got next? We've got Nicholas Jarry and Cam Norrie. Who is it gonna be? I'll be honest with you, folks. I think Nicholas Jarry might get this one done, but I kind of want Cam Norrie to win it. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. I cannot deny how good Nicholas Jarry has been over in Wimbledon. Most definitely looks at home here. 9-3 on the grass. It's happened, hasn't it? It's happened. The transformation has begun. He's been crap all year. We've come onto the grass. 9-3. 5-11 on the clay. 2-2 on the hard court. 9-3 on the grass. Fantastic, I have to say. Cam Norrie's been fairly decent this season. 2-3-2 on the grass. 24-18 overall. He's sort of done the most of his business over on the clay. These have played each other twice before, not since 2019. Cam Norrie won on the clay, Jarry won on the hard court. Never played on the grass. These odds are split right down the middle. Slight favourites, and just the slightest of favourites within Cam Norrie, depending where you look. Call it 1.86, 1.9. Like I said, this really is a coin toss. On paper, you'd say it's a coin toss, but man, Nicholas Jarry's been fucking everyone up. He's been fucking everybody up. Now, I do think Cam Norrie possesses a bit more experience than his previous opponents. He flew through qualifying, like we said, by far the best in qualifying. Holger Rune, definitely an upset there, but he played well enough to get it done. 5 sets. Lerner Tien just munched on that kid. And then he plays Joao Fonseca in round 3, and we knew he was going to win that. We kind of had a feeling, didn't we? I was a bit hesitant to fire on it, but Jarry plus the points. He ended up beating him 3-1 anyway. Very, very convincing. Good shit. Same for Cam Norrie though, man. I mean, Bautista de Gou in the first round. Big foe. He was a dog against big foe. Fucking slapped him up. And then Matteo Bellucci. You know, based off the Matteo Bellucci performance against Yuri Lehechka, I thought Cam Norrie played very, very well indeed. Straight sets. Easy as you like. These just cancel each other out so much. I do think Cam Norrie is probably, even though Nicholas Jarry's been flying on the grass so far this year, you have to admit that Cam Norrie's probably a little bit more trustworthy. You know, as far as what we know, probably a little bit more suited to the surface overall. But I don't even know if we could say that anymore. I don't even think we could say that. Like I said, Nicholas Jarry has looked there. He's looked like the one to beat. He really has, and it's weird to say, but I've been saying it all season. I've just been waiting for him. I thought it was going to happen in Rome around, mid-clay season, something like that. But we didn't get it. We have most definitely got the Nicholas Jarry that we know can turn up over in Wimbledon, and he's hard to beat, man. He's very hard to beat. Very solid. He's like a robot. Very robotic, very precise, very powerful. I think Cam Norrie's most definitely got his work cut out for him today. This is probably at over 3.5. Probably at over 3.5 spots. He dropped onto Fonseca, dropped 2 to Rune. Cam Norrie's just been beasting everyone. I expect both of them to have at least fancy themselves, both to have a very good go against one another. Over 3.5 will probably be the way to look at that. I don't know what the total is. I do kind of want Cam Norrie to win though. I do. He's the only one we've got left here. Well, he's the only one I've got left anyway. So I'd be very pleased, more than pleased, if he can come out victorious in that. But I'd expect both of them to be good enough to at least take a set in that one. And then we'll wrap this shit up with he's ready for this one. Are we all ready for Rublev and Carlos Alcaraz? What's going to happen here? What is going to happen here? I think we've all got a very good idea of what's going to happen in this one. But as has been the case more often than not in Wimbledon, just when you think you know what's going to happen, you couldn't be more mistaken. I mean, head-to-head is two apiece. Between these two, they've played each other 4 times, 2 apiece, never on the grass. Rublev beat him on the clay last year in Madrid, and then he beat him in Abu Dhabi in 2022. These have all been like Masters Cup wins at the end of the year for Carlos Alcaraz. Never played each other on the grass. Very interesting indeed. 1.09, 1.1 call it for Carlos Alcaraz. Fucking ridiculous. That's like the price we've had him all week. And is it just me? Would you call me insane if I said, look, Carlos Alcaraz could very well just drop a set here? He's been doing that, hasn't he? He's been doing that. He likes to fuck about with his kill, doesn't he? He just likes to rip the meat off the bone. He likes to push his fucking peas around the plate. Drop 1 to Struff, drop 2 to Fognini. That was very concerning. A lot more convincing against Tarvert in the second round, but I think Rublev's look good. And just hear me out. I know what you're going to say. Like, it's that time. It's that point. It's Rublev, innit? I've been very unsure about Rublev throughout the majority of the tournament, although I have taken him. Did I take him once or twice? I think I've taken him twice this week. Yeah, he's managed to get it done every single time. Laszlo Jarry, Billy Harris, and then Adrian Mannarino. Much easier against Mannarino. It kind of had to be. It was a potential fork in the road for him, but nevertheless, he managed to just come through. That was a rather routine win as well, 7-5, 6-2, 6-3. Alcaraz, the level's been dipping. The level has most definitely been dipping from Alcaraz, and I'm not expecting Rublev to come out here and beat him. I'm not. But it would be just like this guy. Just like this guy in a spot like this when you give him no chance whatsoever, given, what we know he's capable of anyway, and what we know usually happens more often than not in these Rublev matches, especially when he faces a tough opponent and things aren't going his way. You probably couldn't trust him. As far as you could throw him against Alcaraz. And I couldn't blame you. But at 1.09 for Carlos Alcaraz, man, I mean, it's the same formula as what it's been all week. You take Rublev on the spread, I'm sure you're getting around 7.5, 8.5 games for Rublev. That to me seems fucking insane. If Fabio Fognini and Struff can cover it, we said Struff would cover them points, and that's exactly what he did. Why wouldn't Rublev? Think he's just going to shit himself in this one? Is this going to be the match where he turns up and we go, oh, here we go, they've pulled the old Texas switch and they've sent out his retarded brother? I don't know. I hope not. I would love, and you're probably going to call me crazy, and fair play, you can, each to their own on this one. I've just got this weird feeling where I want to take Rublev on the spread and just sit and hope that he can keep it close. I don't know. Maybe I just yearn for suffering, maybe this is like Stockholm Syndrome with Rublev and I just can't help myself with him. That'd be the way I'd want to go. I would want to do it just on pure vibes alone. I'd love to say there's nothing to suggest that it wouldn't come in, but there is a couple of things that suggest that he could cover that, i.e. 2 of the 3 performances so far from Carlos Alcaraz. Now, deeper into the tournament, we can always expect them to up the level. I think that's safe to say. I don't know. I think Andrei Rublev is most definitely entering the danger zone on this one. I thought he was entering the danger zone against Mannarino, but no. Maybe I just need to trust him. Maybe if I trust him in this one, I'll be rewarded. I don't know. I think it's okay to dream, folks. What are you going for on this? Is anyone having a go? Anyone found anything on that? I'd have to go with Rublev on the points. I'd love to say it's a little bit disrespectful, but maybe in hindsight, it won't be. Maybe Carlos Alcaraz will just come out and absolutely drill this guy. But I don't know. 8.5 games, man, that's a lot. Even if he's going to get beaten 3 sets in straight, it's only a couple of games. I'd fancy him to be able to accumulate enough games won in order to cover that 8.5. However way he wants to go about it. I don't know, folks, it's food for thought. Like I say, I'm just going to sit on the tail of Fritz outright today, enjoy these matches. I may just sprinkle on Rublev. If it's pinned, it's pinned. If it's not, it's not. I do apologise for the late upload. I had to get some rest after them nights, but it's only short and sweet. We've got plenty of time to watch the video. Get your predictions in, yeah? Let me know what you're going for. I'm going to be saying good night to you, folks. Appreciate everyone who's subscribed over the past week or two. We've had a shit ton of new subscribers. I should have mentioned that at the start. I do see you. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's a pleasure to have you. It really is. You take it easy, yeah? You take care of yourselves and you take care of one another, most importantly. Let's go get that cash, yeah? Let's go get that cash, folks. Best of luck to you. It's just us over here doing our thing. The rest are irrelevant. See you later, yeah? Let's go get it. See you tomorrow.